and welcome back to the channel. My name is Katie. If you saw the title of today's video, we are gonna dive into this because apparently Johnny just settled a big case and it looks like this has to do directly with Amber. Now, if you guys didn't see it, I want you to go check out my video from yesterday. It's all about Johnny and Amber having secret private meetings where she is begging him for help and that he might actually be trying to help her privately. So what is going on? What is the news? I'm gonna dive in and show you, but before I do, I just wanna introduce myself to those of you that are new. My name is Katie and this is my channel, and if you like content like this, I just like to giggle through all of the dumb stuff we see in the media and just do things in general where we can laugh at the absurdity of this, because we don't hear about Ghislaine Maxwell and Jeff in his airplane, but we hear about this non-stop. So if you like content like this, you wanna giggle along with me, make sure and click the plus sign, hit the notification bell, would love to have you. Also, I'm on TikTok. You'll love my TikTok. It's really weird. It's trending topics and aliens and conspiracies. So that's Joy Sparkles Shine. You can find me there. And also, guys, I'm going to be bringing this back. I'm going to try it just for now. I'm doing a $100 gift card giveaway. So it's really simple to be entered and eligible, and almost nobody's doing this right now. I have very little engagement. You have a good shot of winning. I'm going to announce a winner at the beginning of August. So August 1st, I will announce a winner, and I will try to do this weekly if I can. So this is what you have to do to be eligible. You have to like the video, subscribe, hit notifications, comment, share the content, and you're entered. You're eligible. So that's what you have to do. And the more videos you do it, the more times you are entered. So I will announce a winner on August 1st. So please do that. It would greatly help me, and then I'd love to get back to you guys. So good luck. Okay, let's jump on and see what is happening now with this crap show. Also, guys, we're gonna see, I don't know if any of this goes well together. I still haven't gone out and gotten proper bras because honestly, I'm so busy between my health routine and this. I have not had time, and then when I actually did, the SAS sale was over and I was like, dang it. But this is gonna be a bit of a mess this weekend, but screw it. We're gonna get through the mess and have some fun. Or we're going to try to. So yeah, also, just a heads up, minor flare-up going on, so I'm gonna be a little more out of it probably this weekend. It's all fine, it's good, I'm getting better. That's the good thing. But if I'm a little more out of it, or I seem a little more tired or a little slow, funny enough, I feel like me being slow is y'all's normal. So if I seem more normal, but out of it, that's why. I'm gonna shut up and talk, because that makes sense. Shut up and talk. I feel like that's my life. Shut up and talk. Here we go. Johnny Depp settles case with film location manager who accused the actor of punching him in the ribs and firing him for refusing to stay silent. So he settled with this guy that we're pretty sure he was going to win against. The question is why. We're going to get into that, so here we go. And it says Johnny Depp has settled an assault case with a Los Angeles film location manager. The man accused of beating him on the set and retaliating against him by firing him. The case, Depp's first since his high-profile defamation trial, was due to head to trial on July 25th. Johnny Depp will not be going back to court after settling an assault case with a film location manager who accused the actor of punching him in the ribs and verbally abusing him in 2017, according to court documents. The suit, the first since its high-profile case against ex-wife Amber Heard, was settled for an undisclosed amount. I'll give you guys a little bit of the backstory. So he was on the set, and this one guy alleges that Johnny beat the crap out of him. Johnny says we got in each other's faces, this guy scared me, he made me feel threatened, and this and that, and this was supposed to be the next big court case that was supposed to happen in a little less than a month. And Camille, our girl Camille Vasquez, she was going to be making another star-studded appearance, and I would assume they've got a great legal team, and Johnny comes with his facts, he comes correct, which that's a whole nother topic in a debate that we can talk about when it comes to reactive abuse. But regardless, and by the way, I'm not saying one way or the other, I'm just saying it's a big topic to go over. That's it, just a big topic. Sorry if you saw me looking over here, I was like, wait, is my thing plugged in? Is it plugged in? If I don't put it in the right plug, the sound won't work, and then I go through an hour's worth of videos and I get out the other side and I'm like, I'm too tired to redo it, and then I have to redo it. So just making sure. So that's what happened, and we would think that at this point, with Johnny coming off of this big win with Amber, that he would want to, you know, I could see this both ways. I could see him with this big win, wanting to be like, all right, let's just knock this other one out. But I could also see him being like, you know what, I'm exhausted. I'm absolutely exhausted. Pay this guy a little bit of money and let's just get this to go away. Which is awful, that somebody could just make up anything about you and say, hey, I'm gonna make this up about you, now pay me. Now pay me. You want me to shut up? You want me to stop saying things? You want me to stop lying about you? Pay me. But welcome to people. Welcome to humans being humans. We've all been through it, maybe not to this extent, but we've all been through turds and punch bowls, right? There's always a few. Be careful, take your probiotics before you drink anything. So it says, this suit, the first since his high-profile case against ex-wife Amber Heard, was settled for an undisclosed amount. In the complaint, Brooks claimed that on April 13th, 2017, when he informed Depp about filming restrictions for the movie set, Depp became irate and verbally and physically abusive to him. Depp denies the allegations. The film location manager, Greg "Rocky" Brooks, had alleged a civil complaint filed in Los Angeles court that Depp hit him twice in the ribs and then yelled, "I'll give you $100,000 to punch me right now," while on the set of the film The Labyrinth in Los Angeles. Brooks sued Depp for an undisclosed damages, alleging assault, emotional distress, wrongful termination, and retaliation. Brooks alleged that Depp's breath reeked of alcohol and that Depp's bodyguards had to physically restrain the actor after he attacked Brooks. Brooks also claimed he was fired for refusing to stay silent about the incident. On the Monday following the incident, April 16, 2017, plaintiff returned to production office to work on wrapping out the show. Brooks' lawyer wrote, upon arrival, plaintiff was informed that Seagal wanted him to write and sign a declaration, stating that he would not sue the production. When plaintiff declined to write such a statement, his services were terminated immediately. Depp denied the allegations against him. Lawyers for the actor wrote in responding filings that Brooks provoked Depp, who was afraid for his safety. The acts complained of by Brooks were provoked unlawful and wrongful conduct in that Brooks willfully and maliciously acted out and conducted his activities in such a manner as to cause defendant Depp to fear for his safety. And according to defendant Depp's observations, defendant Brad Furman, the director, for his safety. Crew members on the film later told the Daily Beast that the two men got in each other's face for a second, but there were no punches thrown. A recollection which a lawyer for Brooks refuted. The case was set to head to trial on July 25th. Attorneys for Depp and Brooks did not immediately respond to insiders' request for comment. Monday's settlement was more muted finale in the ongoing saga of Depp's legal affairs after a Virginia jury in June largely sided with Depp in his high-profile defamation case against ex-wife Amber Heard. At the heart of the sensational 6-week trial was Heard's 2018 Washington Post op-ed article, in which she describes herself as a survivor of domestic and people not being physically nice to you violence. The case involved to include allegations that both Depp and Heard had hurt one another before and during their 15-month marriage. Depp and Heard both deny these allegations, and honestly, I think at this point we can all see that that's probably what happened. This is probably where one was abusive and then the other one was reactive to that abuse, and then it just escalates, and then what happens is then sometimes the rules change. Sometimes the victim then becomes the abuser because they end up lashing out from all the abuse they've had. Thus, the other one becomes reactive. Like, reactive abuse is a really, really tough cycle. It's really, really tough. And what then happens is the person who's the main victim in this ends up getting lost because they think that they're the abuser. And then they do lash out in abuse. So it's like, it's a very big, weird, circular thing that can happen. And this is one of the reasons why stuff like this, there's a lot of gray area. And when I say that, I'm not saying it's okay. It's not about that. It's not a justification, but I'm saying this is one of the reasons when it comes to abuse victims why it's so hard to understand what's happening to you and to be able to leave. And this is why it's so hard for the real perpetrator, the real abuser, the real narcissist, the real sociopath, for them to be able to say, see how you reacted? You are the problem, and to convince everybody around you that you are the problem. It can be very, very difficult to see your way out of that. And that's one of the reasons and I've heard a lot of men do this. And actually, I was going to say not a lot of men people. No, I've heard a lot of men, and not all men. Thank you for all the good men out there, which are the people that watch my channel. But a lot of men will go, I don't care. If I were a woman, I'd leave. You don't understand the kind of social brainwashing that we go through at birth to tell us that we are supposed to just put up with everything, especially if you come from it. Not to mention, again, once you're in it, it is so tough to see what is going on because there's so much chaos. And then you get chaotic and people can convince you that you're the problem. You don't have a clue. So to people who've never been through it, I love hearing their statements about this kind of stuff. It's like they go, oh, well, if I were going through this, I would. No, you don't have a clue what women go through. The fact is, my generation, well, generations before us did too, but my generations were the one breaking the barrier. We grew up starving ourselves, the women. Yeah, almost all of us had eating disorders. Most of us still do on some level. That's what we were taught. Our parents and grandparents did too. It wasn't as severe and it was different. And that's, oh my gosh, that's a topic for a whole other day. That has to do with the fact that we were the first generation in utero that was pummeled with all of these chemicals that completely screwed up our bodies, screwed up our hormones, screwed up our gut, so that for them, they could do things dramatically to lose weight as women, and it would work to some degree, depending. But for us, we were constantly told, you're fat, don't eat, don't eat, don't eat, you're fat. And then most of my generation wouldn't eat, and we couldn't lose weight. And so we were still in a position where we were overweight, where we were not where we wanted to be, and we were constantly being told you're not good enough, starve yourself, starve yourself. You don't understand when you come from that type of brainwashing how difficult it is to break out of it. Not because you're not strong, but because you literally don't have the mental tools. You don't have that capacity. Little side rant. Let's get back on track. But these are the things that, when it comes to abuse, I feel like a lot of people lack and a lot of people look over. So I'm very passionate about this topic. I've been through this, I've grown up in it. Several, not all my relationships, but several of my relationships had things. It's weird to say several, it's not like I've been in several, but you know, the handful of long-term relationships I've been in have had abuse to them. Not all physical, but some, and quite a bit. For the few I've been. Quite a bit for the few. Anyways, so let's keep going. The case evolved to include such allegations that they hurt each other in the 15-month marriage. But they both deny it. The jury ultimately ordered her to pay Depp a total of $15 million in damages, finding that she did defame the actor on 3 separate occasions. Heard won just one of the 3 accounts and was granted $2 million in damages. The trial, which was broadcast live by cameras in the courtroom, captivated the country and garnered tens of millions of watch hours from online viewers. Hundreds of millions of views. Hundreds! Law and Crime pulled in 3.5 million on their live stream, which was crazy. I was on that stream, as I'm sure some of you were. That was absolutely nuts. And then they were about to, remember they were about to announce it, and then it was like, oh yeah, we've got to put an amount in. So, let's talk about this. Where does this come into play with Amber Heard? Well, yesterday's video, like I said, they are being rumored that Amber is having secret private meetings with Johnny. Now, I've heard some people say stuff like, I've heard this, well, how is that true? He's in Europe, blah, blah. Guys, these people have money. These people have money. When you have money, you can find ways to do just about anything you want to do, which is the great thing about having money. Money in our society equals freedom. Now, whether or not that's true, this is what's being told, that she is begging Johnny to lower that amount, which, if this is true, I do think it's funny, because think about it. She's basically like, hey, will you lower your amount so I can keep suing you? Will you do me a favor so I can keep trying to hurt you and take your money? But what we were hearing was that before she and Elaine filed that paperwork for the appeal, she basically was trying to get with him and say, hey, let's work this out privately so I don't have to pay this money and this can be over. But he said no. Now, we also know from yesterday's video, she said she's not stopping. She's taking this to the Supreme Court. Which, okay, like I said, season 2 is going to get wild. Season 2 of the Amber Heard show. So, if that's the case, here's what I'm thinking. If Johnny just had this big win and he knows he's probably going to win this case, why settle? It's one of 2 reasons. He's either exhausted, mentally, emotionally, physically, which I'm sure he is, and he needs to rest, recover, heal from what's happened, because it's been intense. Not only has he had to go through all of that trauma of his past and bring up all of that crap that happened, he had to do it in front of the world. And even though he's in a good position where the public loves him, he still has to be exhausted and needs to heal, right? The other part to this, though, is that he may know things aren't over with Heard. She's going to keep trying, especially if they've been meeting in private. He knows she's not going to stop one way or the other, and he may be just saying, you know what, it's easier to get this small case out of the way. Let's get that out of the way so we can focus on bigger issues for if and when Amber comes back to strike. It's also possible Amber doesn't shut up and he sues her again. Now, some people have said that. I don't know that it would go that route, and I'll tell you why. I think Johnny probably deep down is a decent guy. I don't know him, I can't really judge. But from what we've seen, and that can be deceiving, we just don't know, and I'm not knocking him, I'm just saying we don't know. Johnny wanted his career back, he wanted good PR, he got it. At this point, anytime Amber opens her mouth, everybody's against her unless you're the media, but we're all against the media because we all know the media are turds. So she can kind of say whatever she wants, and it's not going to affect him at this point. I think at the end of the day, that's what he wanted. So I think, and this is what some speculation is right now, that he got rid of this settlement. He settled this and did this quickly, not because he has anything to hide, not because he can't win, but because he knows it's not over with Heard, and he would rather save his energy, time, and resources to keep having to deal with that if that's going to be something he has to deal with. And unfortunately, this might be something he deals with probably the rest of his life. I'm not saying there's always going to be lawsuits and litigations, but her attaching her name to him, it's infamy at this point, which sucks, but at least he's come out on the right side. I don't know, what do you guys think? Sound off in the comments. I'm very curious. What do you think about my assessment of this? Also, guys, remember, $100 gift card giveaway, so if you haven't, like the video, subscribe, hit notifications, comment, share the content, and you are entered and eligible to win, and good luck to everyone. Also, add me on TikTok, Joy Sparkle Shine, and now it's time to give you some hugs and kisses. All right, guys, I love you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yesterday, I hit over 80,000 views. My shorts are doing so well. I'm just so excited, and I'm really grateful. I'm grateful, and I'm just gonna keep trying to build this channel and keep getting on away with y'all, and I would just love to have you guys with me. All right, guys, take care. I'm giving everybody hugs. Mwah, kisses, stay safe, and I will see you soon.